Alright, last episode we picked up my first tier 90 weapon, the Noxious Bow, and this episode my goal is to take it for a spin at a few different bosses. My first goal is to take it to Nex. Nex is a super old iconic boss all the way back from God Wars 1, but I've actually never done it before. Still, she's got some interesting drops. She drops tier 80 power armor in every style, which would be great for ranged or magic, as well as tier 80 weapons for magic and ranged. Mage weapons would be a nice upgrade, but the bow is not as good as what I just got from Raxxor. Finally, like a lot of old bosses, its drops can be used in Invention, so nothing I get here would actually be wasted. Still, first off I actually need to complete my range setup to take her on, and that means perking up my gear. I decided on going for Biting 4 and Venom Blood. Biting 4 is just a 5% damage increase, which is a crazy DPS boost, and Venom Blood means I can take this setup to Rax without getting bodied by poison. The reason I can make all these high level perks, by the way, is I still have tons of charges left from the Guardian's Gift, which I got as compensation for having my character locked out for like 3 months. Honestly, the most productive 3 months I ever spent in RuneScape. I also picked up Enhanced Devoted and Relentless, two nice, cheap, easy to get perks for me that round out the build. Lastly, I decided that I should get a pocket slot item for something that's not melee, so I decided to open some of the 100 plus clue caskets I've been saving in the bank for some reason. So, time for a casket montage? Casket montage. Look at that, all 4 pages of the Bandos God book ready to go. Very nice. I'll need to actually pick up the book itself from the Lighthouse guy, and then upgrade it to its illuminated version at the Abbey near Al-Qarid. And there you go, one illuminated Book of War. I feel so holy. I crunched some numbers earlier, and ignoring the passive effect, which realistically I won't be able to upkeep reliably, this represents about a 0.5% damage increase. It's not much, but it's something. It does put into perspective though, just how busted invention perks are. Adding Biting 4 to my armor, just a single perk, is 10x the upgrade, as going from no pocket slot item to a god book. Turns out I've never done any Zilliana or God Wars, so I needed to get the Saradomin part of Nexus Key, which is now done. I checked on the wiki, and natively, the frozen key lets me into Nexus room 10 times, which is not that much, but rather than farm multiple keys, you can reinforce the key at the armor stand in your player-owned house to have 100 charges instead, for just 10k per charge. Who said the construction skill was useless? I was all psyched up for Nex, and I got my KC for the room, and I realized I don't have the ranged aura, the one, I think it's Reckless, that you get from War's Retreat, so I need to get that too, but we're almost there. Almost about to do next. And aura unlocked. Alright, it is finally time. Next seems like a complicated boss, but I read some guides, so let's see how it goes. Okay, my first try has gone completely off the rails. In the last 2 minutes of the fight, I have done net 0 damage to Nex because she's healing in her blood phase. So I'm going to teleport out and try again. Yeah, attempt 2, and I'm hitting the same issue. I've been on the blood phase for 3 minutes and she's gained HP. I think I'm just not killing the minions she summons fast enough to stop her healing. Oh my god, how is she healing so fast? I have to TP out again. Okay, this is my 4th attempt and I've given it a real go. The kill's been going on for like 10 minutes, but it's just not happening. I have worked out one mistake I was making though. I thought the Nex was just healing off her minions in the blood phase, which she does, but she's also immune to damage over time effects like bleeds, and these actually heal her, and I had some of these abilities on my action bar. I've taken these off and it is helping, but I'm still just not doing enough DPS. That's going to be my last attempt for now. I'll come back once I'm more comfortable with my DPS rotation for ranged, as I think that's part of the issue here. Oh my god, that's the Slayer pet. I was just killing the Rex Matriarch bosses as part of my dinosaur task. I was not expecting that. Let's check this little guy out. He is an adorable gargoyle. I think he can tag along for a bit. And level 105 Slayer. These Rex Matriarchs are actually super slow to kill, so I'm not sure I'll do the whole task here, or I'll be here for the next like week. Still on the Slayer grind, and that's level 98 range. Wait, that's the pet drop? That's the Rax pet drop, but where is it? It's not in the chest, it's not in my inventory. Okay, here it is. It is safe in my little pet menagerie. I'm not sure what happened there. That's at 227 KC, just 5 kills after my web drop. Rax is finally starting to pay out. And the era of Crab the Slayer pet is very short-lived. Back in the box, Crab, there's a new pet in town. Steve the Spider. This is a very random clip, but I was super close to the next fletching level, so here's level 93 fletching. Fletching is actually relevant for an Ironman, because if I ever get a high level crossbow, these criminal bolts will be very useful. I'm back, I'm refreshed, I'm having another go at next. As soon as I have my KC, I'll be back. Oh my god, I've done it! The blood phase is over! Oh, she's so close to dead, and I have like nothing left. Yes! Yes! The first ever kill at Nex. Incredible 12-minute kill time. Oh wow, and 20 Dragonstones. That is so not useful. Whew. I need to do some Slayer to calm down. Level 97 prayer from the Dragonkin Slayer task. Great stuff. And this kill is much smoother. I even have food left. And that's an incredible 4-minute improvement on my kill time for KC number 2. Also, let's talk about this loot. 30 unnoted Sarabrews? I mean, what kind of janky 2011 shit is this? KC number 3, no PB this time, but another incredible 30 Sarabrews. I'm probably calling the next experiment here for now. I know it's just 3 kills, but it just doesn't seem very efficient if I'm getting 8-minute kills. There's a lot of bosses with better drops that I can kill much faster. I'm sure I'll come back here eventually, but in terms of progressing the account, I just don't think staying at Nex really makes sense right now. If I don't know what to do, I tend to do Slayer, and look at that, that is a Raptor key fragment. The Raptor chest still feels to me like new content, even though it was released like 6 years ago. I have to get the other 3 fragments before it's worth anything, but still, it's one off the collection log. And with this daily task, that will be level 104 archaeology, making gains. Also, I just want to flag that I am still doing a Raxxor whenever I can. Because of the enrage mechanic, I can't really just grind it out in one go, I just have to do a few kills each day. Rather than show them every time and disrupt their video, I'll just show them every now and again, or if I get something interesting. I guess the point of this clip is just to remind you that just because you don't see me doing Rax, doesn't mean I'm not. I'm probably just going dry. It's been a while since my semi-successful attempt at Nex, and I felt like, let's try ED2, sometimes called the Dragonkin Laboratory. My understanding is it's a decent place for range, so here I am at Astalon, the first boss of the dungeon. Alright, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I have really fucked up the location of this portal thing, white spinny disc on the ground, whatever it's called, so I think this is going to need a teleport out and reset. And that is a lot better. First kill at Elite Dungeons, and I don't even know what the drop is. Alright, I am closing in on my first kill on the second boss here, Verek Lith, and let me tell you, this boss is tanky. That's a 12-minute kill. Oh my god, that is so slow. I realize that some people might not be familiar with the structure of elite dungeons because they're pretty different from other RuneScape bossing, so I'll give a quick explanation. They're basically like World of Warcraft dungeons, or maybe a little like old school RuneScape raids, where you have groups of trash mobs you have to fight or run past, and then bosses that drop the actually valuable loot. Okay, the Blackstone Dragon is even slower than Raxxor. That's 14 minutes. It's not actually that hard though, it's just a massive grind. And I got 5 Iconic Energy. It's a guaranteed drop, although the amount you get is kind of random. I don't actually care about it. I think it's used for upgrading Tectonic Armor, which I'll probably never have. What I'm actually looking for is one of the 3 codices. Greater Flurry, Greater Fury, and Greater Barge. They each drop from Astalan, Raxxor, and the Blackstone Dragon respectively, and each have a approximate 1 in 100 drop rate. So there's a 1 in 33 chance of getting a codex if I kill all 3 bosses. If I get any of them, it would be awesome. Alright, it's round 2 on the Dragonkin Laboratory, and that's level 90 Dungeoneering. One of the side benefits I didn't mention is that elite dungeons are a great way to passively earn Dungeoneering XP, but also Dungeoneering tokens, because you get XP for every monster, mini-boss, and boss that you kill. Okay, this is so much better. That's over 3 minutes off my Raxxor kill time, coming in at 8 minutes 43 seconds. Man, the XP rates here are just insane. That was level 99 range, and I was earning almost 1 million XP per hour. I'm now a maxed out ranger. Second kill at Blackstone Dragon, and that was 53 seconds better than my first kill. That's another PB, almost 30 seconds off my Astalan kill time. And that's another elite dungeon down. No codex drops yet, but I'm only 10% of the drop rate, so that's expected. I want to finish this episode with a little Rax milestone, my loot from 240 kills. Why is 240 kills a milestone, you say? Well, 1 in 120 is the drop rate for a hilt, and 1 in 40 is the drop rate for a leg piece, so I should have 2 of each leg piece by now, and 2 hilts, and I have exactly 1 of each leg piece, and 1 hilt. So I'm sitting perfectly at 50% of the drop rate, and there's kind of a nice symmetry to that. Anyway, next episode I'll be doing more Raxxor, more elite dungeons, and maybe some other bosses too, so see you next time.